Good Friday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. Woo! We go Miami Hurricanes last night, folks. Dale Hillestrace here, everybody.
How come I look so much bigger than you today? Did you mess with the camera?
I lost some weight last night.
Did you? Yeah. You're wearing black.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you look like you're
Slimmed
190 pounds.
I don't know why that is. I don't know. I didn't have time to mess with the cameras today.
I think Riley was messing around with stuff.
He was late. So
was he?
Yeah, so I had to do everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's part of the problem.
We're all running around like crazy.
Yeah,
you got your car running down in the garage.
So, did you want to bring that up? All right, here's what's happening. Dale walks in here and says, "Yeah, I thought you were just hanging out in your car, doing some stuff down there." I go, "Why would I be doing that? Like, I've been here since 7:15. I've been up here.
Well, because I walked,
getting the show ready.
And just so we know, I walked through the door. I had to use the facilities, and I noticed no lights on here, so I just figured you're down.
I turned them on. I was in the production office.
Okay, all right. So that's why I asked.
My lights are on. Dale's thinking I'm down in my car. Apparently, yeah.
Talking with Autumn.
So here's what's been happening.
What are our plans for the weekend, sweetie?
So I've done this a lot over the last several days.
Really?
So in my Blazer, my EV Blazer, you sit down in the car, it turns on. You get out of the car, it turns off. Don't have to press anything. Don't have to touch anything. You sit down in the seat, boom, it's on. You get out of the seat, boom, it turns off. Don't have to touch anything else. There's nothing else to touch, Dale. There's no buttons. There's no clicking. There's no turning of the key.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
So I've become accustomed to that feature. So now I'm driving because that's in the shop. Famously, that's in the shop.
Yes.
And so I've been driving the white hybrid that I got back. You know, that does not turn off when I just get out of the car. So apparently, I did it the other day. I was helping Autumn with something with one of her vehicles for one of her kids.
Right.
And everything. And I was like, why is my car acting weird? Like, I got in it and I'm like, why is this acting weird? Like, and I was like, oh, I left it on the whole time I was away from it. So it's down in the garage right now. It's been running since 7:15.
I don't know if it's running, but the lights are on.
It's on. It's a hybrid, so it's on battery power. Right now.
Okay.
Eventually, you'll hear the engine kick on, and it'll charge the thing there. But I think it shuts off in like 60 minutes. We'll find out.
You're not going to send Riley down there to check it?
Yeah, I probably should. He's not paying. Yeah, he's not. I was about to go. He's not paying attention. He's probably asleep over there by now. But yeah, so yeah, there we go, folks. I didn't press the button to turn the car off again, probably.
See, what's crazy about that is I've noticed more people in the last probably 6 months in the evening, at nighttime, driving with their headlights off.
Really?
And I'm
going to toss this at Riley here.
And I think...
Just press the button.
I think it's because you might be driving a car that doesn't turn the lights on
automatically,
whereas your other car did.
Yeah. I got pulled up one time. I got a new car one time, and I just assumed it was on automatic. I remember it. And I literally drove from like I-17 in the 303, and a cop pulls me over at like US 60 in Mesa Drive. So I drove
a long
50, 60 miles. And the cop goes, "New car?" Because I had the new license plate. And I go, yeah. And he goes, haven't figured out how to work the lights yet? And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, your lights are off. I went, what? Leaned over. Oh yeah, there you go. And they're on. He goes, all right, have a good night. And I go, all right, thank you.
Wow.
Didn't even notice it with all the lights on the freeway. So that happens a lot.
Yeah. And again, sometimes like when I notice it, I'll be going left or something, and you get like you're waiting for the cars to go by, and like, there's a car coming, and it doesn't have lights on.
Yeah. So like when you said your lights are on down there, instantly in my mind I went, gosh darn it. And it's funny too, because when I left the car, we had to get in an elevator to go up to the main floor.
Yeah.
I hit the button to lock it, and it made a funny beeping sound. And I remember looking back and going, oh, my lights are on. But I was like, oh, they'll turn off. They'll turn off. So as soon as you said, I thought you were in the car, I went, oh my God, I left the car running. Left the car running.
Oh my goodness!
But it's not battery power. It's not costing me anything. I mean,
As long
eventually
as
the
you have
battery
another
dies.
mode of energizing it.
Well, it's even funnier. So yesterday I'm driving home and my gas light comes on, 50 miles to empty, and I'm like, whatever. So I just drive home. I don't think anything of it. And I did not leave the house. I got home at like 1:30, and I was like, you know what? Today's my get stuff done around the house day. Not leaving again. Watch the Fiesta Bowl tonight. All of that stuff. Didn't think twice about it because I'm used to just plugging the car in and going to sleep, and it's charged the next morning. Got up this morning, 10 miles to empty. So I'm like, oh, I got to stop. So I had to stop for gas this morning. Oh, my life is just turning into this hellhole, Dale.
And you got home at 1:30 yesterday and didn't leave.
Didn't leave again. Did not walk out of the house. Didn't open any doors.
Wow.
Autumn came over. We cooked spaghetti. She cooked spaghetti.
Watch the Fiesta Bowl.
Watched the Fiesta Bowl.
Boring game.
Passed out. Woke up this morning. Like, oh, leaving normal time. Everything's fine. 10 miles empty. What?
It is. And the other thing is, like, I actually left the house a little bit later today because now I'm kind of getting back to the normal flow of traffic where Fridays seems to be half the people on the road.
Yes.
In the mornings. And so I guess a lot of people are doing 4-day work weeks. Or
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I think there's a hybrid because I noticed that even on some Mondays, it's really less as well.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is much more crowded than Monday,
A
Friday.
lot more accidents and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, I know it sounds like I'm a spoiled little brat or whatever, but it's kind of funny, isn't it? My stupid life. Who gets out of the car and forgets to turn it off?
That is something that you'll be able to tell your grandkids about someday.
They're gonna be like, "Why do you even have to turn it on?
Yeah.
Don't you just think about turning it on and it turns on?"
Really, you get into your
Electric vehicle. As long as I have the key on me, yeah, I sit down and it turns on. Yeah,
that's crazy.
everything fires up and everything. Yeah, and I just hop out of it. It's actually kind of annoying. There's actually a button. So like if I want to get out of it but leave it running, like I don't know, whatever I'm gonna do, whatever. I'm checking the mail. It's actually really annoying because I forget to press the button to leave it on. And so I'll just hop out of it and I'm listening to something, and then it like just shuts down and I'm like, gosh, dang it. You have to check the mail and get back in and sit down again. Yeah.
You mean you don't walk down to get your mail?
I know I pick it up on the way home. I'm not walking that
Come on, a little exercise.
two blocks. Do I look like a guy that gets exercise? I just sent Riley down. I could have had Riley sit here and talk to you for 5 minutes while I go down and turn my car off. Instead, I'm like, Riley, you go ahead. I don't even want to ride the elevator over there. Yeah, so that's been my day.
Okay.
Isn't that so stupid though? Like this is how stupid the world's gotten.
The world.
The
or
world.
Steven.
Well, this is how stupid my life has gotten. Let's put it that way. It's just ridiculous. Like if you sit back and think about it, it's the stupidest thing you've ever experienced in your life, Dale. And then the other stupid thing that's happening in my life because of you, by the way, you.
What did I do?
You got all mad at me because I didn't like Sandra Bullock in her acting yesterday.
Oh.
So I was lambasted all last night
Were you
about
really?
Sandra Bullock's really good. All of our movies are great. And I go, name me one good Sandra Bullock movie.
Miss
And
Congeniality.
everybody goes, ask me a good Tom Cruise movie, Mission Impossible. Ask me a good Tom Cruise movie. Oh, Top Gun. You can think of, if you think somebody's a good actor, boom, you can do it. You can do it in 2 seconds. I ask people Sandra Bullock movie titles, and they go, But the best part is, so I got through that last night, having to deal with that. And then this morning, I wake up to a text. I get a text this morning, and it's like naming Sandra Bullock movies. And I'm like, you had to sleep on which one's a good movie and wake up this morning to text me that one of the movie names?
So are you saying that Sweet Autumn agrees with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, apparently she made it perfectly clear to me last night that I'm in the minority here. That's fine. I'm the only one with taste. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Hey, we do this for a living. If you can't take a little bit, you're not. I don't like what you do.
Oh, see, again,
Not my fault.
you asked me, and off the top of my head, it went blank.
Yeah, exactly. But and one of my favorite Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors, man. He's just entertaining as all heck. I can name like 7 movies off the top of my head. I think Sandra Bullock is the Ben Affleck of women actors.
Ooh.
Meaning just god awful terrible and everything they're in is terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible. Oh, Ben Affleck is the worst. The worst. I can name you 4 or 5 Ben Affleck movies on top of it because I hate him so bad. I could name more Sandra Bullock movies than people that love her. Good name. Look, he's looking it up right now.
Well, The Proposal.
Yeah, I don't think her and Ryan Reynolds is absolutely ridiculous.
No.
I said this to Autumn yesterday. When she fires that dude and then she's walking out with her coffee cup, she's like, "Is he coming? Is he coming over here?" And I'm just like, that's the only scene I've seen of that movie, by the way.
Well, you need to
second
sit down.
one. I also saw when they went to Alaska, and she's like, "You didn't tell me you were rich," and I'm like, "Fucking stupid." Excuse my language.
Wow.
Oops. Sorry about that, folks. But then that's how angry I'm getting about Sandra Bullock here. It's just terrible acting. There's nothing funny about it. There's nothing good about it. It's just terrible, Dale. Terrible.
Miss Congeniality.
I didn't find Miss Congeniality funny at all. That could have been the best movie on the planet. But the way it was acted, it's horrible. It's horrible. Speed's the only one that I can come up to where it's a good movie that she's in it, and it's not because of her.
Bird Box.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Either have I.
I didn't want to see a movie where she has a blindfold on the whole movie. Wasn't that one?
I
on
never
Netflix
saw
or
it.
whatever. Yeah.
The Vanishing.
Yeah, no clue.
Gravity. See,
Riley chimes in. I never saw it. No, because she's my Ben Affleck of actors on the women's side. I have no desire to see any of her movies.
Hold on. Riley, was this car on?
Yeah.
Riley?
Right, he disappeared on you now. See, he's back to sleep again. It was. I guarantee you, it was on. If the lights were still on when you got here,
on.
40 minutes after I got here, the car was still running. No, it's on battery power, so you don't know it's running.
Right.
You just have to get in, press the button, and then get out. But we should have tested it and see if it was off when we got to it. I just filled it up. Wouldn't that be great if I go out there and out of gas? And
out of gas and out of electricity.
Well, that one does. Oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't. So it was off. So it's about an hour. So I've been here for about an hour. So it probably turned off after an hour. But yeah, no, it's the battery's rechargeable battery, so it's not a plug-in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So so it was just sitting. That's why you thought it was off, because it was just sitting there in battery power, so it's quiet. And then every once in a while, the engine will kick on, recharge the battery, and then it'll shut off again, type of a deal. But yeah.
Oh, the Lake House.
Yeah, no, not good. Not good.
Premonition.
Ocean's 8 makes me want to vomit just thinking about that movie.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Autumn said, "While you were sleeping," by the way, is what I got texted this morning.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll subject myself to an absolutely horrible weekend, and maybe I'll just watch Sandra Bullock movies and see if my opinion changes. But
A Time to Kill.
yeah, I know. But she wasn't the main person. That was Matthew McConaughey. That was Matthew McConaughey made that movie, and Samuel L. Jackson made that movie. They were the 2 main people in that movie.
Hope Floats.
Yeah, no, that's God vomit. Yeah, vomit. Is there really a movie called All About Steve? Well, that one's got to be. That one's got to be the best one on the planet. Yeah. Why would I want to watch that one? I live that every day, Dale.
You know it's All About Steve.
The Net was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Steven.
She's been in way too many movies. Too many movies that she's been in. She's ruined too many movies.
Wow.
So I had to deal with that yesterday on top of it.
Okay.
I need some goodness in my life.
You got the weekend coming.
Yeah. And we got, hopefully, Oregon, Indiana being as good as last night.
That last night was pretty special.
The thing that cracked me up about last night, and I'm glad I didn't go, I was seeing all over my social media feed and a couple people that I know and everything going out there for the game to cover it and stuff. And they were like at 2:00, traffic out here by the stadium's awful right now. Because I would have been able to leave till like 3:30. So I was like, oh, thank God I didn't go.
You were home at 1:30.
Yeah, but I would have to wait for other people, get out of school. I wasn't going by myself.
Pick him
last
up
night.
early. Pick him up after lunch.
So anyway, and then my favorite part about last night's game was it was kind of a snooze fest. And Miami just let Mississippi hang around. And then, boom, they woke up at the end. Got it. Boom.
Snooze fest.
It was Miami was leaving them hanging around. It was just like, and that's my problem with Carson Beck. I am a Carson Beck. I love me some Carson Beck. I think he's fantastic, a college quarterback. But he has issues. He goes through these spells where he turns the ball over a lot. Goes through these spells where like all of a sudden it looks like he can't throw. And then he was hitting Miami receivers in the hands and they were dropping it at times. He was not the best quarterback on the field last night. That Ole Miss quarterback. Like I saw last night, people being like, "We got to get Carson Beck here. It's Cardinals land." No, you're missing the point. You need to get that Ole Miss quarterback here in Cardinals land. Is what you need to do. He's the better quarterback. It's not even close. He's trying to get an extra year of eligibility and all of that stuff. But he was not even close. He was the best quarterback on the field last night. It's just amazing. And then I was thinking about it after the game, and we'll get into the game here. But like you brought it up the other day, and you phrased it as, Lane Kiffin saying, I have a better chance to win a national championship at LSU. The Ole Miss, if they didn't win the championship, they would be in the championship game if Lane Kiffin didn't become greedy and selfish pig and go to LSU. That team is so good. And with Lane Kiffin there, I have no doubt they were winning that game last night. Period. End of story. If they almost won it like they did with all the coaching controversy and who's there, who's not there, people leaving. Oh, with Lane Kiffin and that squad there, they would be on the verge of winning a championship this year. And he left to go to LSU to rebuild LSU. And then look what he's doing with the quarterback situation. He's probably lost Sam Leavitt now because Sam Leavitt's got to be pissed off about that situation. Williams goes back to Washington. Just have fun, LSU. That's all I'm going to say. Have fun, LSU.
I did see that you reposted the announcement from
Williams.
Yeah, representative.
Oh, how he got fired yesterday?
No, how
the agent.
He didn't get fired.
Yeah, the agent. No, the agent was like, we're not representing him anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So the player got fired.
Yes.
But then my favorite part is Jed Fisher's like, we welcome him back. But he's got a lot of mending to do while he's here.
Yeah.
So I brought that up too. Does Sam Leavitt, if you're Sam Leavitt and you're at Tennessee, he extended his Tennessee visit. It was only supposed to be one day. He's extended it into the second day. Are you going, LSU's back open for me? Or are you going, I was at a basketball game with you.
Right. And now
you were making calls to this kid while I was sitting next to you to bring him over here and screw this whole thing over.
Yeah, can you imagine Lane Kiffin, you're sitting next to him at the game and goes, hold on a second.
Yeah, exactly. Lane's like, excuse me, I got to take this real quick. He's like, oh, it's his wife telling him to bring milk home or something. Now he's on the phone with Williams, getting him to transfer from Washington.
Oh, man, what a mess.
So that's what I was thinking after the game last night was, how bad has Lane Kiffin screwed this up?
Yeah.
On so many levels. He screwed it up for Mississippi. He screwed it up for LSU now at this point, at least in the first year going into next season. Like he's just missed out on two really, really good quarterbacks because of his actions at LSU. And he's got a kid at Mississippi. I think he's going to be granted an extra year of eligibility. You never know with the NCAA, right. But they grant it to everybody. You had a toothache. Here's an extra year. Here's an extra year. But if that Mississippi now, how many of those kids are leaving now and going to LSU is kind of the question.
Well, right? You wonder how many are and how many say screw you.
Is it going to be like Arizona when Jed Fish went to Washington and all of the starters, most of them said, "We're not going to Washington. We're staying here."
Right.
Because Humberto was his name. Robert reminded me yesterday that was his name as well.
Okay.
So, and then the other thing I was thinking about last night, and I put all these thoughts out on Twitter, was this is how stupid the college football committee is. It's a stupid, ridiculous thing to even exist out there. Just pick the 12th top-ranked teams, put them in the playoffs in the order that they're ranked, and let's move on with our lives. We don't need a bunch of grown adults deciding things. And it goes to conference divisions and stuff like that as well. Remember how Miami with 2 losses wasn't good enough to play in the ACC championship game? Folks, Duke, if you watch the Sun Bowl, Duke's defense is terrible. They beat Virginia in the ACC championship game. Why was Duke in there and not Miami? 5-team tiebreaker. And a team that was 8-5 got in and won the ACC while Miami sat at home. Then for weeks, Dale, that all knowledgeable college football playoffs committee was like, oh, Notre Dame's better, Notre Dame's better, Notre Dame's better, Notre Dame's better. And then the last week when it means something, oh, just kidding, Miami should be in. Ooh.
By the way,
Miami might be the second best team in this playoffs. They are the second best team if you go by what they did last night.
Well, and meanwhile, neither of the teams played between the last poll
I know.
and the final poll.
I know. This is what's stupid. Whether you go to 16, whether you go to stay at 12, get rid of these grown humans making stupid decisions. Just get rid of them. We don't need James Madison in the playoffs. We don't need Tulane in the playoffs. We don't need all that. Just put the top 12 best teams in, and let's move on with our lives at that point. Stop the stupidity. That's all this is showing us, the stupidity. Get rid of this month-long layoff for the first team. It's all right in front of you. And then last night they were like, well, we don't know the playoff format for next year yet. The College Football Committee hasn't announced it and decided on it. Shut up. This isn't that hard of a decision. It's not. It's right in front of us. It's easy to see. Leadership, folks. Again, my leadership rant that I go on all the time.
Well, congratulations to the U.
That's what I got out of last night. That's what I was thinking all last night after the game. I was up all night thinking about this. Just kidding. I will. Passed out pretty quickly. But overall entertaining. I'm not going to lie to you. When Mississippi scored that go-ahead score, I went, uh-oh. I don't think Miami's going to be able to drive down the field and do this.
Right.
Even during that drive, I was like, yeah, this is over.
I was thinking it was going to be overtime.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. A minimum field goal.
Yeah.
And then, man, okay. I look at everything through the eyes of like local teams and what we're watching on the deal. My God, man. Did you see Cover Zero at all yesterday at the end of that game? No, you didn't, folks. Miami was still sending guys. That's actually burned Miami. They were sending a rush, and the cornerbacks weren't able to cover them, so Mississippi scored the go-ahead touch. But did you see Cover Zero anywhere on that field? Hey, ASU, take notes. Mr. Ward, I hope you have a big note on your paper today. No Cover Zero last night to lose the game on the last play. Mississippi on that last play had every Miami receiver blanketed.
Yes.
Where they ran wrong was they forgot Carson Beck and run a little bit. No Cover Zero, no open receiver, running freely in the background for Carson Beck to hit. What took Miami to win that game? Mississippi's defense was so good that Miami's quarterback had to tuck that ball and run to the corner of the end zone.
What was fascinating was they kind of had one of those linemen spying on him.
Yeah.
And he got caught up in the wash.
He got picked.
Yeah, you can't get up. If you're spying.
He came too far up is what he's trying to. Yeah. And so he got nailed there. I mean, this was did you see Miami's linemen? Robert mentioned 61 last night. I think it was 71. These are big dudes, man. And they're coming around corners and pulling, and they're just nailing guys blitzing, linebackers blitzing, open up those holes for those Miami running backs. But look at that. We could watch a football game, Dale, and not see wide open receivers to lose the football game.
Are you hinting at something?
Yeah. Mr. Ward, defensive coordinator, Arizona State University. Let's knock that crap off. It's been too long, buddy.
By the way, that 61 is the guy that a lot of people are mocking to your Arizona Cardinals as a third pick in the draft.
What's his name?
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
Reza or whatever.
I can't.
It's not a Reza.
No, I think it's sort of an F. But
yeah. Well, I've seen there's another kid that just declared also that I've seen mocked to him as well. No, I'll take him every day. I mean, he was a beast. But 70, I watched 71 just blow the snot out of a defensive lineman a couple times on the replay. And just that little tiny Miami running back just runs right behind that hole that he creates like nothing. And he's 5-10 yards down the field. Like it was nothing. I thought it was a fantastic game. I mean, a little slow. I put out on Twitter. I was like, well, I guess the shootout's here. Because like it's slow, field goal, slow. And then all of a sudden it's like touchdown. It's like, what the heck just happened?
How many times can a kicker hit the left upright?
Oh, seriously. I love the second one. He's all, whew.
Yeah. Seriously, if you said, all right, from 50 yards, you got to hit the left upright. How many shots are going to take you to do that? And he did it twice.
I find it amazing in an indoor environment how many kickers kick the ball and it starts on the outside and curves back in to the deal. Like, why do you kick it like that?
Isn't that how you play your golf shots? You take it out over the water and bring it back in?
That's actually what I want to. That's what I was going to annihilate. I used to play golf with the guy that couldn't hit a straight golf ball.
Yeah.
He always had to curve it. And if he tried to hit it straight, he'd all over the place.
Right.
That's just what he did. So is that, but that was him, you know, just learning to play that way and going. Is that just how these guys are learning to kick the ball? But in an indoor environment, because in the wind, you understand because you're playing the wind.
Right.
But in indoors, was the air conditioner blowing extra hard last night? I don't know. You're the special teamer. You tell us. You tell us what you see. Kickers used to not kick like that in indoor environments. At least I don't remember it as much as I do now. You see it a lot today.
But all I know is from 54 yards out, those field goals were going 8 yards past and sticking.
And these are college kickers.
Yeah.
And these are college kickers that won't get a chance in the pros because they're not good enough. They can't kick it far enough. That's the amazing thing about it. It's like you sit there and watch it and you go, man, if you're a professional, you're like, man, our field goal kicker struggled this year. Then you watch that game last night and you're like, well, we can have that kid on our team.
Right.
They're like, nah, he's not good enough to make the team. He can't kick it good enough. Part of the problem is, and you know this, is the field goal kicker also kicks off. So you can have a really good field goal kicker, but he can't kick the ball very far on kickoffs, and you don't want two spots on that. So you have to be good enough at both of them from that side. So I thought it was a really good game last night. Are we going to see the same type of game tonight is the question. Oregon, Indiana from the Peach Bowl, Atlanta, Georgia.
I think it's going to be fascinating tonight. I really do, because Indiana's defense is the best in the country. But Oregon's got some dynamic playmakers.
Right.
I think it's going to be fascinating.
Here's my problem with Oregon, and I'm going to lump a lot of history onto tonight's team for Oregon. They just don't win the big game. They crumble in these big games.
Well, either does Indiana.
That's all Indiana's done the last couple of years. Well, this year.
Yeah.
Last year they did falter, right?
I was going to say, Indiana doesn't win big games because they haven't played in big games.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. But Indiana has shown you they're not afraid of these big games from that side. I don't know. I just tend to think Indiana is going to. I mean, I've told you guys all along. I mean, Miami's getting blown out by Indiana if Indiana wins tonight in the championship game.
Did you realize how much you had in contact in common with Curt Cignetti?
Uh-oh. Was this what did he do?
Well, did you see he was being interviewed and he said, "Yeah, I can be happy."
Oh.
Yeah, there's plenty of times I'm happy.
I wonder if he forgets to turn his car off.
He probably has something.
I wonder if stupid things happen to him, and then you have to laugh about it.
Well, probably James Madison, he had to turn his own car off, but he probably has a driver.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, you know what? I need a driver to drive me around town. How much does a professional driver cost?
Would you sit in the front or the back?
Oh, the back.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I'm sitting in the back.
Move the passenger seat out so
yes.
you have plenty of leg room.
Yes. Absolutely. I don't sit in the front seat and somebody driving me around. If they work for me. No, if like you and I are driving, I'm sitting in the front seat. Because I know you. But if it's a worker, no, I'm sitting in the back. I might even have him move the front seat up.
You're not going to be seen with the underlings.
No. And then when we pull up to fast food joints, I'm going to be like, pull up, I'll order. And I'll roll the window down a little bit and just order for myself. and then roll the window back up, and he'll pull up. And he'll pull up, and I'll hand him my card while he's just sitting in the front.
You'll have a driver, you pull up to the Taco Bell drive-thru, go, how much are soft tacos?
$1.99.
Keep going.
Yeah. Let's keep moving. Find me someplace else. And then clap. Again, it's not I can't afford the $1.99. It's that they don't make it worth it. Charge me $4 for a taco. I'm fine with that. I was at a place the other day that was $3.75 for a taco. It was grilled shrimp, and it was nice, and it filled me up. I got 2 of them. Filled me up. It was awesome. It was great. It was worth the price. Don't sell me that crap without it. That's all I'm saying. Hey, we're here on a Friday having some fun, folks. Dale's going golfing today.
About time, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, back in there. I'm shocked the last couple. Did you golf a lot during the holidays?
Golfed a few times.
Yeah.
Golfed a few times, but probably not as much as I'd like to.
with the kids and the grandkids all out of town, and you couldn't find Brooke. Oh, Brooke had him by. He was like, Brooke was like, "You're going here with
hanging
me.
stuff, taking stuff down." Yeah,
yeah.
know.
Dale's hanging stuff.
Did you decorate your house?
No,
No tree.
I didn't even put a tree up. Not this year.
You and Kurt.
Just miserable. Scrooge. Wow. You're a mean one, Grinch. Okay, here's how the Christmas tree thing went down. So, because it's weird, because I don't have the kids for like a week, and then you have them for a week and whatever. And, you lose track of time. And I was like, oh, I'll get my Christmas shopping done next week when I don't have the kids. And then next thing you know, you're wrapping the presents at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and you're like, is it even worth throwing the tree up at this point?
Wow.
So I didn't do it. Yeah,
wow.
I didn't do it.
You really are miserable.
The tree makes me miserable?
Yeah, don't you like to come home with Christmas lights on?
I honestly don't. No. I'll be honest. No, not at all. I don't even care.
In the Moon Valley area, it's known for their lights.
I don't. Oh, I have neighbors. We have a contest in the HOA. We have neighbors that go all out. God bless you. Yeah. I'm not going to knock you for doing it. It's fun to drive by and see. As I keep driving to my house.
And then they go,
I have zero desire to do. I don't even turn the porch lights on. I turn the porch lights off. That's too much lights.
Wow.
I just never. I just wasn't raised around Christmas and all of that stuff. So it's just not something I get all excited about. When you have kids, it's fun because your kids are all into it, and for the gifts.
It is different when the kids are around.
But when your kids are 17, Ethan knew what he wanted because he sent me what he wanted, so he knew what he was getting. Ireland knew basically what she was getting, but I got her some other stuff and everything. So that also takes a little bit out of it also.
Right.
So it's like, why go through all that on top of it? Robert does say 61 was the guy they projected. Number 3, the guy next to him couldn't block me. For Miami as well. What was his name? We should give him number 61, Miami. It's funny, last night I knew it all, and then today I'm like, oh no. Francis Mogoa?
That does not sound...
Mogoa? Mogoa? Mauig.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even try it. That's, you say a number.
Yeah, 61.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call him Francis. No, I saw a bunch of people also have a defensive tackle. I can't remember where he plays, but he just declared for the draft like the other day, and everybody says he's number. Because yesterday, Dale, when you were gone, I said before Luke came in, I said, I don't know. I don't want an offensive tackle at 3, and I don't want a defensive guy at 3, a defensive tackle or a linebacker, or maybe he's a linebacker at 3. No, trade down. You can get those guys later on. A few drafts down and pick up a couple more also from that perspective. So it'll be interesting to see where we stand on that. So let's get it out of the way here early. Well, I tell you what, let's take our break. Come on back. Oh, also, Robert says, A Time to Kill was very good, but she's kind of like John Candy. Better as a secondary character. That's my point. She's good in speed because the bad guy and Keanu Reeves was the better 2 people that you like to watch, and then she was like the
eye candy.
I don't think she's that good looking. That's part of my other side. He also says, leave Affleck alone. The Accountant 1 and 2 are awesome. Okay, I love The Accountant as a movie. But Ben Affleck, man, he is awful acting that. Trying to act all grumpy and like an accountant, and then he's out murdering people. It drives me nuts. It's just that style I just don't like, man. It drives me batty. It's like they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard. But then I did watch, actually over the break, I watched Good Will Hunting. Ben Affleck's really good in that one. Just solid. But he's playing himself, basically. He wrote that.
You better be pretty good, huh?
Wouldn't that be awesome if you suck playing yourself? I love Batman. I love Batman as a superhero. He's like one of the only superheroes like I can rally behind. I've never seen. I said I would rather have the George Clooney Batman, which was awful, than the Ben Affleck Batman. It is terrible, terrible. So I will not leave Affleck alone. Affleck, Sandra Bullock. Top of that.
Wow.
Robert sent a picture in. I have no way to get this on air. It's like a duplex. You know, there are two properties together.
Yeah.
And one side's just all Christmas lights, and the other side's nothing.
Yeah.
And he's like, guess which one's Big Steve?
And you're another one. You're the other one. Or that commercial that says all lights on one, and then the house next door says ditto.
Exactly. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm with this guy. Yes. I mean, and now people pay people to put up their Christmas lights. I was actually talking to somebody the other day whose kid does that. They just put up Christmas lights and takes them down every year. It's a lucrative business for them. They make a good amount of money. Does it for commercial businesses and home businesses. How lazy are you that you farm out your Christmas lights?
So you're going to be critical of people farming out Christmas lights when you don't. How lazy are you when you don't even contemplate it?
That's my point. I'm at least lazy enough to be like, I won't even pick up the phone and call somebody, Dale.
Wow.
Robert said Affleck wasn't acting like an accountant. He was acting like he was on the spectrum. Well, he didn't do a good job of it. Let's put it that way.
I hope
that one scene where he's like,
there's
3,252 large pizza boxes that should be here, and judging by my math here, at 32 cents a box, you only have 2,221, so you're funneling money. And I'm just like, yeah, lost interest in this. Come on back, folks. The main event. No, there's Riley's got it. That was the picture he sent in. Guess which one's mine, Dale?
Wow.
First of all, I wish I lived in a place that nice. I should invite Dale over to my place if it was that. I'd invite you over if it looked like that, Dale.
And you're calling the people who hired out lazy.
Yes. All those people did was just string lights from the top to the bottom.
That's all they did. Says the guy who didn't do anything.
Yeah, no.
I think this is an argument you probably stay out of.
Come on back, folks. The main event. And we're back. You're having some fun here on this Friday. Let's just stick with college football here as we wrap up the beginning of this hour. We'll talk NFL at the top. Dale's going to take off about 9:30. I'll get you ready for the sports this weekend as well. Talk some baseball, Dale. We got realignment talk from the commissioner.
I heard that. You got to be excited about that.
I do like how he said teams in the same market wouldn't be in the same. Like, the Yankees and the Mets shouldn't be in the same division. I think that's stupid. So I do like how he's still planning on separating them out there as well from that perspective. Yeah, I think divisions, and when the NFL in this offseason, votes because of the 8 and 9 Carolina Panthers being in, that they reseed in the playoffs based off of records, then just get rid of conferences. Just get rid of divisions at that point. Because if you're not going to have a reward for winning your division, get rid of it. Just get rid of it altogether.
But you're okay with no National League, American League?
They're the same leagues now. No, I hate it. Get rid of the have one league have the stupid designated hitter and have one not, and keep them separate. Otherwise, if they're the exact same thing, get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Why do you need geography anymore?
Well, the best thing
it's
would
not
be,
like the old days where it's not like the old days. There's a guy standing outside our window with Chick-fil-A, like waving it at me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's not ours though. Hey, Riley, stick your head out in the hallway there and yell at that guy. It's probably Chris's. Just heads up here. Sorry, we're doing so. He's really fanatic there with that Chick-fil-A. But we're on a big floor here, and people don't know where to go. What was I talking about? I got distracted by Chick-fil-A, which, by the way, I went to.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, it's because I needed gas, and the gas station's right next to a mile from the Chick-fil-A. So I might as well do a twofer, Dale. Well, what was I talking about? I don't know. Oh, yeah. But give it a geography. Like, I understand geography back in the day when you had to take trains places, and it took 3 days to get across the country. You're in New York in 4 hours. You don't need geography anymore.
No, you really don't. But the one thing that, at least what I saw, the fact that if they do this, the Diamondbacks will not be in the Dodgers division.
Yeah, but yeah, great.
Well, then they have a chance.
Do they? Do they though?
Yes.
Do they? They weren't making the playoffs last year because of their record. They couldn't even make a wild card. That's what the wild card's for. And they couldn't even make the wild card last year. There'll be some other team that'll outspan the Diamondbacks next, Dale. It might not be the Dodgers anymore, but it's going to be some other team that's going to be like, we spend, and the Diamondbacks are going to be like, we can't compete with that. We'll talk about that coming up as well. Arbitration was avoided with all of 8 eligible players for the Diamondbacks and the money. So we'll talk about that later on in the show as well. But tonight, Oregon, 5th-ranked Oregon against number 1 Indiana tonight in Atlanta for them. This is a long trip for Oregon to go to the Peach Bowl there in Atlanta. Indiana fans are super excited to be here, obviously. There are generations that have waited for this day to come here. Oregon, we're just here to lose again. Why not? I obviously have Indiana winning tonight, Dale. I think Indiana, I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I just think Oregon is going to do what they always do in these types of games. They're going to falter toward the end. And that Indiana defense, to me, you have to worry about offenses in these types of games faltering because of nerves, layoffs, stuff like that. Defenses are good regardless. If you're a good defense, you will be a good defense tonight. Indiana's got the best defense. If they can keep Oregon's explosives down, Indiana's going to win this game.
Well, see, I think that's the only thing that would concern me if I'm Indiana, because obviously their defense over 12 games has been, or 13 games now, I guess, is the best.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean on any given Friday night that Oregon can't come up with a couple explosives.
Yes.
And,
if this is a close game and late, Oregon draws up some fanatic weird play, and then they go down and score a 70-yard touchdown to win the game. You're right. That's the threat of Oregon tonight. Yeah.
And so I do believe Indiana wins the game. And actually, I don't see it being Alabama blowout-ish. No. But I can also see that if Indiana gets a lead, their early second quarter, and Oregon starts pressing, turnovers start coming.
Yeah. I will say that Oregon needs a lead early. If Oregon's down 7, 10,
Yeah.
14-0. Put a fork in them. They're not coming back in this game. They need the lead early to go. Do you have Indiana in this game tonight?
I do have Indiana.
Yeah, so do I. I think Indiana's win. And I'll tell you this right now. I'll project ahead here. Miami will be lucky to score 3 points against Indiana's defense coming up. That Indiana offense is not a high-powered affair. But we'll talk more about that, obviously, when we see what happens out there.
We'll have, 3 weeks before they play for the championship?
10 days. 10 days. They'll play on Monday the 19th. This is stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Talk about ruining momentum. I remember last year distinctively. Championship game was happening, and I was like, oh, it's tonight? Okay. You forgot about it.
Right.
Because it was, then you got the NFL playoffs. Twice, by the way, 2 weekends of NFL playoffs before they played the championship game here. You're going to forget all about it.
It's almost like the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Seriously. You have playoffs this weekend, NFL playoffs next weekend, and then the championship game.
Yeah.
You're not even going to be thinking about the championship game in that aspect because you're going to be all wrapped up in the NFL playoffs and who's going on to the championship games and all of that effect coming up as well. So really quick, ASU transfer portal. I really, really like what they're doing with this transfer portal. I do have a concern, though, Dale. Really quick, Robert does say if the Dodgers aren't in the D-backs division, everyone on my mom's side of the family will go nuts. Because the Dodgers like beating up on the Diamondbacks? Is that what you're trying to say? How will the Diamondbacks sell out games if they don't have the Diamondbacks coming to town?
Cubs. Well, I mean, the Dodgers will still come to town.
It's not as much.
Right.
Not as
Thank
much.
God.
Keep the riffraff out. Is that what you're trying to say there? Yeah, so it's like whatever, man. But I do like what ASU is doing in this transfer portal. I like it a lot. But I do have a concern, too. My concern is for some skilled positions, they're going after some FCS guys and getting them here. Now, these are really good guys in the FCS level.
Right.
The running back from Villanova, now the running back from Delaware State, and we'll talk about him in just a minute because get behind this kid, folks. So that does concern me a little bit because there's a big step up from the second level, Division II, if you will, up to this level, and then in the Big 12 on top of it, and then with a team with fight for a division championship and playoff aspirations and stuff like that worries me a little bit. And the reason why it worries me is because you saw Udo, right, come over from Army, led Army in rushing last year,
right?
Could barely get on the field this year. We don't even know the reason why.
Yeah, that is the thing. What was the reason? Was it he was not talented enough?
Every time he was in there, he looked good to me.
Yeah, or was he dinged up? Or
was he just not getting this off? We don't know the answer to that.
No.
But that's why this worries me a little bit. Is you need a running game with this team, period, end of story. Right. This team needs a running game to be successful. I do, and I'll even go a step farther, and it's amazing the difference. Malik Brown just signed with Texas, went in the transfer portal. He's a senior this year, signed with Texas. I have zero animosity for him for leaving this team and going to Texas and being a running back. He's going to get more exposure. He led the Big 12 this year in rushing, I believe. He was in the top couple if he didn't lead it, and everything. And I have no hatred for him whatsoever, whereas Sam Levitt, hope that guy ends up at Sacramento State and we never hear from him again.
Wow. Now you're hating on the guy that last year you were willing to carry his jockstrap.
I would have invited him to my house.
Jeez.
Like
you'd hang Christmas lights for him to come over.
I would. I'd hang Christmas lights at his house. That's an amazing sign. But that's what worries me about what they're doing here. But, they're going out there. They're getting highly recruited guys in the transfer portal. Like Larique Rawls there from Kansas as a safety. He was the number 26 safety in the transfer portal. Okay. 73 tackle. I saw hits he was laying out last year. Woo! Him and Boogie Wilson in that backfield because you're losing Rouser and you're losing Crooks back there, which they hit hard. They were physical, hard players. I talked about them all year and everything. Now you're getting another hard-hitting safety back there as well who's fast from Kansas coming over for him. You've got a kicker, a punter transferring in as well. You've got a kicker from Austin Peay University, another FCS school. I don't have a problem with kickers coming over from that. The only question you got is, a little different playing in a 10,000 seat stadium and in a 60,000 one in a high pressure situation.
Well, the only thing that kind of rests my soul is that if you are getting the right guys, remember a lot of guys that are playing for Indiana tonight, they came from James Madison.
Yes.
And James Madison's not in the Big Ten or Big 12, and they've obviously transitioned very well.
Yes, you have to get the right guys out there. Well, that's the thing. I'm not going to dispute them because they're FCS. The running back position is what I worry about the most, just because we've seen transfers come in. That's the one position where transfer kids have come in where it's been like, oof.
Do you think it's interesting, though, a couple guys that they got, one came in from the receiver came in from Colorado.
Which Jordan Tyson did as well.
Miller, and Omarion Miller.
He's a number 2 wide receiver in the transfer portal, number 9 overall prospect in the transfer portal. Now 24/7 Sports puts all this out,
right?
Kind of a deal. They're top level from Colorado coming back here. So he's going to get a lot of comparisons to Jordan Tyson. So, right, good luck with that, right? But then they went out there and they got Reed Harris, number 4 transfer wide receiver at his time of his commitment as well. He's just a junior coming in. Boston College coming over. Reed Harris is a heck of a receiver. You got Moss coming back, who had a heck of a Sun Bowl. Can't stay healthy the rest of the year, but had a heck of a Sun Bowl there. Hamilton, of course, is coming back, which they've been kind of a disappointment as well. But then they got Raiden Vines-Bright transferring in as a wide receiver as well. Not only are they going and getting positions that they need, David Avid is the kid from Villanova, the big bowling ball coming over from Villanova and everything. But Raiden Vines-Bright is a sophomore. Came from Corona del Sol High School and everything as well. But he was at Washington this year. So they're not just filling the need of their positions, Dale. They're getting top-level guys in the transfer portal.
What's going to be interesting is let's try and keep an eye on some of these guys that come from SCS schools versus they also got Aaron Ashton Stamps from LSU and Caleb Chester from Texas.
Yes. Redshirt freshman. Coming in
from big programs.
Yeah. He was high recruit when he ended up in Texas.
Let's see.
He wasn't a 4-star going to, or a 2-star going to Texas.
Right. And so let's see who fits in and who actually has a better season next year.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is going to be interesting, right? But then, I mean, just the type of kids again. Then they're just getting every quarterback that's available at this point. Yeah. Cutter Boley, of course, sophomore from Kentucky, coming in here as well. Right. He's going to be the high-paid guy. He's going to be the guy with the most NIL money coming in for a quarterback, right? Then they went and got that local kid that came into Arizona State University a couple years ago. The first year there with San Jose State. Him and Moss, ironically enough, came in and blew out Arizona. So was it 29-0 or something? Just absolute blowout to San Jose State in Dillingham's first year. Then he transfers to Michigan. This is the perils of the transfer portal.
Yes.
He had success at San Jose State, decides to transfer to Michigan, 0 playing time. 0. And this is what's fascinating to me on this.
Yep.
He's not guaranteed playing time here either. They went out and got a quarterback that they wanted. Then you've got 2 young kids in here, right? Dreyer, who's coming off the injury there, is a freshman this year, is on the team. Then you got what's his name, Fetty, from there coming into this program as well. You have 4 quarterbacks that are going to vie for this deal to see who wins this and everything coming into it. These are kids that the thing that I like and what I've seen. These are kids that want to come to this program. These are kids that are coming here for the right reasons to play football. And quite frankly, you're going to get noticed when you're here.
Well, not only that, but Steve, to me, what's kind of refreshing is they're coming here knowing that they're either going to have to compete.
Yes, that's my point. They're not coming in going, I'm the starter, I'll be there.
I don't want any competition. I want my NIL money. And
they have a kid. This get behind this kid. If you didn't see this story, running back Marquise Gillis signed with the program. FCS Delaware State is where he played. Clinton Portis was his coach over there. The running back from the Washington Redskins back in the day, Clinton Portis. And Clinton Portis, and he had a Big Ten school looking at him. And the Big Ten school ended up signing a couple other kids and passing on him. Clinton Portis picked up the phone. You guys should look at this kid. He's perfect for your program.
Right.
The kid doesn't even, he's 6'0", 210 pounds. He's a junior to be coming in here as well. Wanted to commit before even coming here. And ASU contacted him on Monday. You know what his response was? Didn't ask for money. The first conversation with 90% of this is, how much can you pay me?
Right.
Before I even look at you, how much can you pay me?
Yep.
The kid actually said, I don't want anything. I'll sleep at the airport just to talk to you. That's how much this kid wants to be here at this program. This is how much this kid wants to be here. Clinton Portis just raves about him. Sun Devil source had a big expose on this deal and everything yesterday as well. These are the types of players you can rally around, kids that want to be here with this experience. A Big Ten school was looking at him, and they passed on him. It didn't hurt him, didn't bother him at all.
Right.
He's like, no, let's just go. Let's do this. Don't promise me anything. I want to come and prove myself here. And that's what I said with Keene. Keene can sign anywhere as a quarterback. Now, he might want to come home. I don't know. He's from the area and everything. He might want to come back home. He wants to play, but he also said, hey, sometimes it's better to go to a program that I can grow and stuff, even if I don't get playing time. You're seeing those types of kids transfer here. And you're seeing the kids like the Levitts that don't want to be here, care about the money, care about that other stuff. I'm telling you, when I was at that Sun Bowl, the lasting impression of that Sun Bowl to me will always be, and I know how close these teams are and how they want to be here. I already know that. Seeing them in the Sun Bowl, a meaningless game in El Paso. And these guys were celebrating with each other. The guys not playing were there. You go into the transfer portal or you go out. I was watching an interview the other day with the coach. It was Texas. If you go into the transfer portal at Texas, you're dead to them. If you even hint you're going into the transfer portal at Texas, you're dead to them. And Kenny Dillingham's like, come to El Paso, practice.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. Let's do this. And you celebrate with them. This is fantastic. And now you're bringing in kids like this Gillis kid and everything. He said, basically, I'll do anything, whatever it takes. And it's an amazing thing to see in the environment of like what you saw last night. Like Carson Beck got kicked out of Georgia, if you don't know. They were tired of Georgia. He needed a change of pace. He won 2 national championships there, folks.
Yeah, and now
they were like, "Yeah, we need to move on from you, son." And he goes to Miami, and Georgia's sitting at home, and Miami's going to the championship.
Isn't that kind of crazy? Meanwhile, this Mikey Keene, I forgot about this. He won 2 state championships with Chandler.
He did. He was at Chandler High,
and then he went to UCF.
His coach was the guy that's the running back coach.
Yeah, now I forgot
his name.
But anyway, he was at UCF.
He was the interim head coach when Herm got fired. That guy.
And then he went to Fresno State.
Where's Fresno? Oh, Fresno State's where he had the big game against ASU a couple years ago.
And then transferred to Michigan. So this will be his 4th school.
Yes. Yeah, but I'll forgive a kid for trying and stepping up and going to Michigan and trying it there, not getting playing time or whatever, and being like, all right, I'm not here. Michigan's head coach just changed, so the new head coach is probably going, yeah, you're not in our plans, kid.
I'm sure that's part of it.
And,
they got a young quarterback.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna fault the kid in that situation moving out, but I'll never fault the kid for going up and then going like, all right, this isn't working out. Let's go back down. Like I talked about, I was trying to find out who it was. The local kid that went to an SEC school, no playing time. Now he's committed to NAU. I was trying to find out who that was, his name again.
There've been a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
NAU's gonna be pretty good for
an FCS.
1AA.
Yeah, well, they were good 2 years ago with this new head coach. Last year they took a step back, and now they're getting some more talent there again. And stuff like that. So, but when you get like a Clinton Portis, who's a coach there at Delaware State, just hyping you up like crazy as a running back, like you listen to that stuff.
No.
But Kenny Dillingham got the call from Clinton Portis. He probably called other people too. It's not like he was like, Kenny, I got this hidden gem for you. But that's what a guy like Kenny Dillingham brings to your program. You're going to get people that want to go there. You're going to get fellow coaches paying attention to your program and going, you know what, this kid needs a chance. Let's get that kid to this school. Let's get this kid to that school. Let's get them to an environment they can survive in. That's what Kenny Dillingham brings you as an ASU program that you don't see a lot here in this college ranks. Is that going to put you over and get you to a championship? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do that because you see every year the guys that get to the championships are the big spenders and the big free agent guys, and you're seeing it again this year. Even Indiana, folks, they're spending the money. Not as much as Ohio State is, not as much as, but they're spending the money.
Right.
So you still have to have that component, but it'll be interesting to see where we go on that side. But remember that name, Gillis, man. I'm going to be paying close attention to him next year. A kid with that work ethic, a kid with that excitement. I'm not comparing the two. He has the potential to be Cam Scatterby 2.0.
Wow.
Is what I'm getting at. I'm not comparing him. We haven't seen him. But that attitude right there will make you fall. That's how I was on that Cam Scatterby bandwagon before the year where he broke out. And I was talking to my buddy, John Giesick, about it because they both went to Sacramento State,
Right.
years apart, of course, and everything. And I was just hyping Cam. He was hyping Cam Scatterby, and I was like, I should pay attention to this kid. Possible situation here with this kid. So come on back, folks. Second hour, main event coming up next. Don't pull a Desmond Williams and leave us. Damon, sorry. And then want to come back. Don't do that. We're back here, main event. Hey, Dale disappeared on us. You can almost see his shadow there on that brick background there, like he's still sitting there. He'll be back in just a second. But Robert does say Indiana will be good for a while. They're getting that Mark Cuban money. I know, isn't that funny how Mark Cuban, nobody will say what Mark Cuban is donating to them, but he said he did it last year, and then this year he said they'll be more happy this year than they were last year. Yeah. We talk about this all the time, sustained success. Can they sustain this level of success? Here's the bad part if you're Indiana. Years of ineptitude and all of that, right? Coming into it. And welcome to the second hour of the main event, by the way. I'm Stephen McCollum, your humble host. 17-year veteran now. Dale Hillishay will be back in just a second here. But, it's, can they sustain this success? Like, just think about this for a minute. A school that just burst into this level that they're at. Just came out of nowhere last year, back this year and everything. Let's say in 2 to 3 years, they're still winning. Let's say they're winning 9, 10 games a year. But they're getting blown out first round of the playoffs. So they're just missing the playoffs. Then all of a sudden the expectations have now been shifted. It'll be interesting to see the sustained success level and what's there for Indiana with Curt Cignetti, where it's going to be fascinating to watch because the Blue Bloods have their own standards. Now you got to worry about that on the Indiana side as well. Welcome back, Dale.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would love for our local team to be in that predicament.
I'm disappointed. I've said this before. I'm disappointed in ASU's season. Going into this season, though, I thought they'd lose 3 games, and they finished 8 and whatever. With the bowl game, I forget what 8-6 maybe 8-5, 8-6 with the bowl game. That's a disappointing year with the expectations. Don't get me wrong. But when we had a 2-year span, when was the last time we had a 2-year span like this?
Well, again, we're talking about 2 different things. One, think about 3 years ago what expectations were at Indiana.
Yeah, no, there were none.
Now see you, and so what you've done, what they've done is change the expectations to where what you said. Now, what's going to happen if they make the playoff and they lose in the first round?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a hell of a predicament to be in.
No, that's my point. But is it going to be, Cignetti needs to get out of here. He's garbage. Let's bring somebody else in. He can't do it anymore. That's where it's going to be fascinating to watch this. Or is Indiana going to be like, yeah, we don't care.
Best things that we've had since Bobby Knight.
My great-grandfather has never seen an Indiana football program like this. We're going to sit here, and I don't care if we lose. I don't care if we miss out in the playoff here, but we're competing for that spot.
Yeah.
That was my thing this year for ASU. They were in the conversation to still go to the Big 12 championship game with the last weekend. Now, whether they beat Arizona or not wouldn't have mattered because the teams that needed to win won, but they were in the conversation and had a chance to get there.
Well, they had no chance against Arizona.
If you do it mathematically they weren't eliminated, right?
Yeah.
If you have a chance every year like that, eventually your expectations are going to change, right? But this is going to be fascinating from Oregon's perspective. Because I can understand Miami, going, our expectations to be at this point every year, and then they blow a coach out because he only won 8 games. Because they have those expectation levels and everything, But it's going to be fascinating with a team that has – I do this with Kansas City Chiefs fans. Kansas City, Dale, my whole life and your whole life was just a garbage football team. Every once in a while, they'd stick their head up and go to the playoffs, but they were not a good football team. These last 10 years, those expectations of those fans are, this is what we do every year.
Every year.
And it's like, well, what we saw this year was more of the Kansas City Chiefs that we know. So does that force Andy Reid? Well, Andy Reid's going to be done here in the next couple of years anyway. But does that force Andy Reid out for a new coach to come in? It's going to be – those types of things are fascinating.
Well, yeah, you wonder if, when they sit down – I don't. It's not going to be this year, but maybe next year to where, hey, we got to rebuild. Yeah. Does Andy at 7 years old?
When Andy Reid goes, they're doing a full rebuild.
Does he want to be part of a rebuild? No.
I'm actually more curious on how because they've started to bring in some questionable characters, which they never had before. Tyreek Hill was as questionable as you got.
Right.
Now they're crossing some lines here with Rashee Rice and all of that stuff.
Rashee Rice, my goodness, the SMU product.
I wasn't going to say it.
Everybody goes to SMU's some bad character.
I wasn't going to say it. Except Dickerson. I like Dickerson. Robert does say the breaks need to be a bit longer for the AARP crowd. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
No, you've been saying that for 3 months. New year. We'll give you enough time to go to the bathroom.
In my defense, the thing I was going to do was absolutely terrible.
Okay.
So I had to scrap it. So I had to come up with a new idea.
Okay.
And it was god awful terrible. Is what that was. So from there, yeah. So we're working on it. We're working on it.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
If we're around, if I'm around.
If either of us are around. So college football time. I like what ASU's doing. Arizona's finally starting to get some transfer portal kids. Committing to them down there as well coming up. But let's go NFL here at the top of this hour. Obviously, big weekend. We got some playoff games. We covered it with Lou yesterday. If you didn't catch that, catch Lou's segment. You can do it on the YouTube page. Obviously, the whole show's up there. But then there's an interview section on the YouTube page as well where it's just Uncle Lou's section if that's all you want to listen to on the podcast, all your favorite podcast system out there as well. And Dale, I have to tell you again, at TME Sports Show on your favorite podcast system is all you got to say instead of stumbling over
I did say wherever you find your podcast.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, no.
Well, you're getting, but boy, ever since you met John, your name's getting mentioned a lot.
What? One time yesterday?
No, more than that.
Oh, was it? I didn't listen to the whole.
Yeah, you did.
I was all, am I mentioned? My friends that listen to that show in the morning usually text me when I get mentioned, and they didn't. Yeah, he said I was a good guy. Boy, do I got him fooled early.
Well, that was from a 2-minute meeting.
Yeah, but when you meet people, you say nice things about them, even if you don't mean it.
Well, you don't say any nice things about that Joe. You only met him for a couple minutes.
Well, sometimes I'm like a dog. Dogs don't like certain people. They can sense the jerkness of them.
Wow.
I'm like a dog. I can tell right away.
Okay.
Oh, just the way Joe was walking over to me. I was like, I even looked at Riley and was like, here we go. Here we go. I knew it was coming. I could tell it as walk over. Hey, this week in NFL. So check out Lou's segment if you're interested in putting some ducats on it or just want some more information and thoughts on the games this weekend. We're going to talk about them right now with the professional here, right? 17-year NFL veteran, Dale Hellestrae. The Texans aren't in this first level here. The Saturday morning or Saturday early window of NFL football finally. That's reserved for the Rams at the Panthers this weekend. The thing that makes me interested in this game, last I looked yesterday, Rams were 10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that's and Carolina just beat them.
That's the thing. That's the fascinating thing about this game right here. Not only did the Panthers beat them, the Rams were up by like 14 late in that fourth quarter, like with 10 minutes to go. Panthers came back and beat them.
Right.
And the Rams at that point were fighting for the number one seed, not just of the conference, but also to win the NFC West. They were in that conversation. That's the game that kind of made them from the outside looking in. I tend to think going to Carolina, the Rams, and the defense on the Rams is loosened up a little bit here the last couple of weeks. The offense not as great and stuff to that effect, but still really, really good, obviously. Is this one of those games where the Rams are going into it and they're just going to lay it down on the Panthers? You came back on us last time. We're just going to get such a big lead. You can go F yourself, Panthers. Enjoy your offseason.
The only thing that scares me is this isn't a Week 15 throwaway game. It's the playoffs. Yeah. Steve, it's the playoffs.
The thing that gives me solace here is the Rams. Most of the Rams have been in the playoffs before. Most of the Panthers have not. And it's the Rams are winning this game. Are they going to cover the 10.5?
Yeah.
Is more of my question.
And that is the thing that makes me. Well, what did Lou say about this game?
He thinks the Rams are just going to absolutely destroy him.
Really?
For a lot of the stuff we talked about. Yeah.
So he would say take the Rams
he flat out
and
said,
give the points.
No, he flat out said. He did a 3-game teaser, so he said take the Rams, take the 10 points down to pick them. And then he had a couple other deals on there. But Lou's philosophy on playoffs is take the winners regardless. That's kind of his deal on that. But he thinks the Rams are clearing that 10.5 easily, which I tend to agree with him on. The Rams are going to go into this game, won the playoffs. The other thing that I talked about yesterday was the thing that worries me about the Panthers, and it worries me about Jacksonville as well. Playing at home scares me a little bit as well. Because that home crowd's going to have expectation. Oh, we're in the playoffs. Woo! Puts a little extra pressure on the home team. And playoffs are a different entity altogether. And if you're not used to playing in it, then your home crowd's kind of on your side and expecting you to do some stuff. This crowd could turn pretty quickly against the Panthers, with the Rams do some stuff early here with that pressure on them. So that does worry me a little bit about the Panthers going into this game as well.
See,
if the Rams get a 10-point lead, it's like put a fork in them.
I look at it as if I think the Carolina Panthers fans are looking at this like, wow, we are ahead of schedule.
Yes.
This is pretty cool that we're even playing in the playoffs and another game and. I think they'll be super supportive, but what do I know?
Yeah, you might be right. Fans are so fickle these day and age, but yeah, still 10.5 is what we're looking at here. So, do you have Rams in this game? I'm assuming you're gonna go Panthers.
If we're go
no
straight
points,
up.
just straight up.
I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, the 10.5 in a playoff game is more of the. I think the Rams are going to blow them out. I do. I just think the Rams are going to blow them out. It's especially because they were blowing them out last time. They let the Panthers win it. They know that. The Rams know that going into here.
They're the better team.
But at the same time, if the Rams are up, let's say 20-21, it's a playoff game. You're going to want to start. You want to make sure nobody's going to get hurt. Are you going to still have that foot on the gas as much and playing that way? Because you obviously want to just get out of the game at that point. I mean, you have a big lead.
Be one of those late backdoor covers.
That's what I'm wondering.
Score touchdown with 30 seconds
Panthers
left to
drive
make it
down the
7
field.
points.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering if the Panthers can do that with that 10.5 number. Because Rams, once the Rams get a big lead, they're not that they're going to take their foot off the thing and let the Panthers back into it. But the Panthers can all of a sudden start moving the ball a little bit more, and defense isn't a prevent because they're just trying to kill the clock or something to that effect. But, yeah, we both have Rams winning straight up in this game. The other game on Saturday, 6 p.m., it's going to be snow. It's going to be over 15-mile-per-hour winds in Chicago this weekend.
Sweet Lou give you the weather report?
He did?
Yeah.
I saw it actually the day before. I actually put money on the under 2 days before yesterday, so Tuesday. I put the money on the under because I saw what storm was about to roll in. But, yeah, we talked about that yesterday. He's not worried about the snow. Lou worries about the wind.
Right.
But here you got a team in the Bears. That's okay. They can run the football. They're not afraid to run it, and whether it be the quarterback or the receiver or the running back. The Packers are one of those teams, Dale, that I just don't know. If the Bears win the turnover battle, they're going to win this game. How does Trey Diggs change this Packers defense, though, in terms of that with the wind, right? Does Diggs even want to play type of a deal? Is his head going to be in it? Does he know the defense? Is he going to be on that side? The Packers worry me, though, because Jordan Love, he's a top-level quarterback in the league, meaning top 15 and better quarterback. But, man, he's just there. To me, I would put Jordan Love in the Kyler Murray camp. If you had him, you might be upset you have him, but if you don't have a quarterback, you take Jordan Love in a second. Like if the Cardinals got Jordan Love, I'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, we improved our quarterback position. And then during the season, I'd be like, why do we have Jordan Love here? Then that Packers defense with, what's his name, hurting his knee. I just forgot his name, from Dallas.
Micah Parsons.
So their defense have gone backwards. Bears win the turnover battle. Bears are going to win this game. I also think the Packers are kind of done with their head coach. I got the Bears winning this game. Ben Johnson's going to do enough to get this done. At home, this crowd's going to be raucous and crazy and ready to go in that cold weather. I think the Bears escape this, and I do think Matt LaFleur is getting fired from the Packers also. I think that's going to be the big move coming up beginning of next week as well because of their underperformance here from the Packers side of things. So I got the Bears winning this one, Dale.
So for from today till next Tuesday, there's only 1 day of precipitation.
Well, it's also going to be 9 degrees there.
Yeah. They're saying teens, but the wintry mix. About half an inch of wintry mix.
Does it say what the wind is going to be?
They just said it's going to make it feel colder than the actual temperature.
Yeah. I know yesterday they were saying like 18-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah.
That does affect the ball in flight.
Yes.
That affects field goals.
Yep. Cold and wind. Yeah. And the wintry mix, does that mean that it's starting to melt a little bit?
It's slick.
Slush.
Yeah, slush. That's a good way to put it. Slush. It's slushy. Things are wet, cold and wet, but also icy. Let me ask you this. Obviously, the ball doesn't travel as far in cold air.
Yeah.
The ball's harder to kick. So forget about the wind left to right. Does that shrink? You're obviously not seeing 60-yard field goals in this game.
No.
But does that mean 40 is your limit? Or does that mean you have to go all the way up to the 30 range to kick these field goals?
No, I bet you again, I mean, if it's blowing 25 miles an hour into your face.
Well, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. I said, forget the wind. I'm just talking about 9 degrees is cold. That ball's got to feel hard as a rock.
Hurt your foot.
Do you ever hear a kicker in that cold weather go, ow? Dang it, that hurt.
I look at it, and obviously both teams are used to the cold. It's not like Jacksonville's having to play in Chicago.
That's not going to affect them.
No.
They're both used to the wind. It gets windy in Green Bay as well.
Yeah.
So
Boy, it's just I'm looking at Chicago going, are they 2 years ahead of schedule?
I'm worried about Chicago just because it's the playoffs.
Yes.
If you want to talk about home for the Bears fan, 9 degrees, they're going to be all sloshed up and warm, if you know what I mean. I'm worried about that, where the Bears can just fall flat on their face going into this. But to me, the Packers question marks are the bigger ones.
Yeah. I guess begrudgingly, I'll pick the Bears.
I was hoping you'd go Packers in that one. I'm just not sold on Jordan Love, man, in that offense. And this could be a low-scoring game. I wonder if that's changed. It was 45.5, I think, when I took it the other day.
That's what it still is.
Is it still there?
Oh, no, it's 44.
No, moved to 44. So people got wind of that weather report, and it's pushing it down a point as well. This to me, is going to be one of those 10-7s, 7-3 type of a ball game, just messy, old school NFC North football. Is what we're going to see in this game. You're not going to see a 90-yard drive with 2 minutes to go to win it.
Right.
At all. You're not going to have that opportunity. So I'm looking forward to it. That old school football there on Saturday night. The only thing that bad is people are going to think it's a bad game because I think it's going to be really, really low scoring as well going into that. Then you got Sunday, first game on Sunday, 11 a.m., Bills and Jaguars. I like the Jaguars this year. I picked them to win that division. They're 13-4 as well. And again, I put the Bills in the Packers category. They lose this game, and their coach should be fired. McDermott should be pushed out. He just cannot get them any farther. But the Bills have a lot of problems. They don't have receivers. Their defense is porous, more porous than Swiss cheese out there. But their excuses are gone. There's no Mahomes, right? There's none of the teams they've lost to over the years are facing in front of them. But the Bills have a lot of question marks. Does Josh Allen have enough down in Jacksonville to push him past the Jags? Liam Cohen's going to have some specials for him and stuff like that. I am completely unknown on this game. I'm leaning one way, but I'm not sold on it. Dale, who do you think's winning?
Well, I think if this game was in Buffalo, I would definitely go with Buffalo. Again, Jacksonville's one of those teams that's like, hold on, we saw them struggle mightily against your vaunted Arizona Cardinals.
But that was their one struggle in the last 7 weeks of the season.
I know.
They were good every other game.
But it's hard to unsee what you saw.
I know.
And
well, that's what's funny. It was like I've been watching Jacksonville, and I was like, this team played terrible here in Arizona.
Right.
Because they looked awful. And then they look good everywhere else. I know.
So, but I think that Liam Cohen's got them going. I think that they feel good about themselves. Trevor Lawrence is on a heater. They're at home. All those things going for them. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I thought you were going to go Bills. I'm going Jacksonville as well in this game. I'm going to stay on my Jacksonville bandwagon. And here's the other side of it. The Bills' job's going to be open again on Monday or Tuesday also. We're going to have 2 job openings.
Really?
You can't, if McDermott loses to Jacksonville and can't get over that hump again, you got to move on. From 9 years there and can't get a team that has Super Bowl aspirations to that level, it's just,
Moving into the new stadium next year.
Yeah, why not change it up a little bit? You got to get that up there. By the way, I was kind of sad. I almost posted they closed down the house that Dale built.
They did. That was the last game. They invited some of the former greats back.
Did you get an invite?
I think it was misaddressed. Wrong address.
They have my own address. They have my old address. It was funny. I was going to post that, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that, because then some jerks are going to be in there going, well, Bruce Smith, and they start naming everybody else, and I was like, I'm not going to do that to Dale, so that's why I didn't do it. 49ers at Eagles are the middle game here coming up on Sunday, 2:30 p.m. This game fascinates me. I'll tell you this, I'm taking the Eagles in this game, but I'm not sold on it. This is the weirdest game, I think, of the weekend in terms of picking. What I'm going on this with the Eagles winning it. I don't think the Eagles are going far in the playoffs. Their offense is terrible. They're going to run into a wall at some point, probably next round. The reason why I'm going Eagles on this game is the Niners have a bunch of injuries still. They're really tired. They're really worn out. The 49ers going into last week's game against Seattle, the talk was, we need to win this game because we need the bye week. We need the bye week is what they kept saying. They got smacked in the face by the Eagles. They did not get that bye week. I think the Niners are limping into this game. I think the Niners are disappointed they didn't get the bye week. And I don't care what you say. It's a playoff game. They're going to be ramped up for it. This team's hurting. They needed that bye week. I'm going to trust them with the words that they were saying.
Right.
I think that's why the Eagles escape here. I think the Niners, without getting that bye week, they're going to have a letdown. They're going to be physically beat up going into this game. And I think the Eagles are just going to pound them at home in the cold, no less. So that's going to make it even more not wanting to be there for the Niners. That's why I'm going to go Eagles in this game.
75% chance of precipitation in Philadelphia. Between around 30 for the low, 40 for the high.
And you don't want to play a game. You wanted the bye week.
And you got some wind. And you wanted the bye week. But Seattle physically manhandled you.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. They came out of that game more damaged than they went into it. Yeah.
Again, if the left tackle plays, name just
Trent Williams.
Yeah, Trent Williams. If he plays, the 49ers' chance go way up. But I just think Philadelphia's got too much for him at home.
I think it's a close game. I just think the Niners are just if the Eagles get a 10-point lead on them, you'll see the Niners fade.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give 5.5 points if I was taking the Eagles, but since I don't have to, I'll take the Eagles.
Is that what the spread is right now? 4.5 right now, so it moved into that point. Yeah, just you're seeing the injuries coming back to the Niners a little bit. I hope probably this weekend. Then you got Chargers at Patriots on Sunday night as well. I'll just tell you right now, Patriots have played nobody this year. They've beaten everybody on their schedule that they need to get to 14 wins. Drake Mays looked good all year to get to the 14 wins. But they've only beaten one team with a winning record all season long. Playoffs are a different beast. A young team, their coach, I'm really happy with their coach. I think he's going to do some stuff. I think the Chargers are going into Patriots in cold weather. They got Jim Harbaugh's attitude of the weather's not going to bother him being cold. They're just a physical. He wants those types of players on his team. I think the Chargers are going to New England, and they're going to beat New England this weekend. Based off of ball control, running that football, keeping the ball out of the Patriots' offensive hands, and just wearing the Patriots down as the game goes on. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a squeaker, but I have the Chargers winning this game.
Boy, oh boy, I'm looking at the weather in New England.
That whole eastern ski board.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Hey, because of the weather, because the Chargers have lost both tackles, because all that stuff.
Well, don't bring the injuries into it. That takes away my point.
Having to go up there, those baby blue and gold uniform.
They'll be in white. They're the visiting team. They'll be in white. They'll be in their white. If they're baby blues, they're losing by 40. and our new team, when the Cardinals hire Matt Nagy as the head coach, and I'm no longer a Cardinals fan, I'm becoming a Chargers fan.
I am going to go with the upstart New England Patriots. I hear what you're saying. They really didn't play a tough schedule, but I think they get by the Chargers.
Woo! I know that's actually a hard one for me to pick.
Yeah.
I'm going Chargers as an upset. But Patriots should win this game. I just don't know with the playoff. And Jim, if any other coach, I'd be like Patriots by far. But Jim Harbaugh, they're not going to care it's cold. They're just tough sons of guns. That's who he wants on that team.
Jim's not going to care.
I mean, Jim. Did I say John?
Yeah, but Jim's not going to care it's cold. It's his players.
No, he wants those guys on that team, is what I'm getting at from that side. Then you got Monday night, Texans, Steelers. We'll pick it today just because it's there. It's not going to change much in my mind here. Dale, Steelers have no offense, but they are getting DK back. That's going to help their offense out. Texans are going. I think the Texans. Now, it would be cold if they played on Sunday as well or Saturday in Pittsburgh. Then you go into a Monday night, 8:15 kickoff there in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be frigid for Texans there. The Texans' defense is amazing. Are the Steelers even going to be able to score any points against them? That's the question you have in this game. Texans are not going to be able to score a whole bunch against them. It's going to be a field goal fest. I don't know what the win's going to be here. I think this is going to be a field goal fest type of game. This is going to be ugly. This is going to be ridiculous. This is going to be just nasty there and everything. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and this is sad that this is the limb. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do enough to beat the Texans this weekend. And I got the Steelers winning this game.
Boy, it's one of those games where, Houston is graduated from the Saturday early matchup to the standalone Monday
I
matchup.
think the NFL has screwed the Texans by putting them on Monday night.
But
They're 3-point favorites, by the way, the Texans.
I know. You just somehow, some way, Pittsburgh seems to find a way to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think you can underestimate the importance of DK Metcalf coming back.
Yeah, that offense was atrocious the last 2 weeks.
And I think that he's going to want to make amends. And
he likes the gold.
He doesn't mind the cold. He'll be out there with no sleeves.
Yes.
With arms like that.
If you're the Texans, are you not calling that guy from Detroit to sit on that sideline behind the Steelers bench? Just throwing that out there.
I sit there and go, gosh, I have a feeling it's going to be an ugly mess of a game. But I think Pittsburgh somehow, some way finds a way.
That's
to
right.
win
And here's the other thing. Tomlin, I think, is no longer the coach of the Steelers if they lose this game. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to go out either. There's already talk of Aaron Rodgers going, I might be able to play. I might come back next year. You win this game, Tomlin and Rodgers will both be back for the Steelers next year as well into this. So that's what I got on Monday night as well, Dale. And the Monday night one, I'll tell you, through the weekend, I'll let you change that one if you want by Monday morning if you want to. But it's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be like a 3-2 type ball. I have a safety at some point. It's going to be amazing. Dale, get out of here. Go play some golf. For everybody else, come on back. I'll get you ready for the weekend. We'll talk NBA Suns weekend. They got Knicks tonight here at home. And then we'll get you set up with the college basketball weekend for our local teams as well.
Did you see where Jalen Brunson averages like 36 points against the Suns?
Tonight's going to be an amazing game to watch.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm
glad that the Suns had some time off because they're going to come in fresh because they're going to need it. Yeah. But you're going to see a high-scoring affair tonight here down in downtown Phoenix. They're at the Morgue. Come on back, folks. Dale's taking off. We'll see him on Monday. Everybody else come back and join me. We'll wrap up this show here for this Friday. And we're back here. Main events Friday, of course. Don't forget, we got McCollum on Business coming up at 11 o'clock here today as well. Get you ready for the weekend on the business side of the world. Real Matrix episode coming out today on YouTube, of course, here at Robot TV as well. We're going back a little bit. So what we're doing is we're resetting the show. John Holmberg actually came in here and did a show with the Angry Patriot and Dale Hellestrae about, the towers and everything. So we're posting that show here today at noon. We're going to start posting it now Fridays at noon for you guys here at Robot TV on demand. There's a channel there for you. Catch it there. Of course, up on the YouTube channel as well. And there is a free podcast for it out there as well. So that's going to be posted today as we do the reset. And then we start rolling forward with it again. 12 episodes are out there. Of course, the Angry Patriot just asked that you go into that show with an open mind and see what he has to say out there, and in terms of what the world is doing out there. But yeah, Holmberg actually is going to be on that episode here today as well. We'll get that posted about noontime for you guys here today and everything. So McCollum on Business at 11. Of course, as soon as we're done here, we get this up on demand as well. Like and subscribe there to the YouTube channel if you would. Even if you don't watch it there because you catch us here live, we thank you for catching us here live as well. We see you guys on there in your numbers, and most of our audience is here at Robat TV. And then we just need to grow that YouTube and podcast audience a little bit more as well, just so people that want to view it that way and see it. I get asked, my number one question when I'm around or people reach out to me is, hey, man, how do I catch a show, when it's not live? Like, oh, just go to this YouTube page. Just go to the podcast, Spotify, Google, whatever, Apple, whatever. And then they find it from there. So it just helps us get us out there. So we appreciate you guys doing that as well moving forward. So big game tonight there in the Peach Bowl, Oregon, Indiana. We both chose Indiana winning that game tonight. We just did our NFL picks as well. So before we get into baseball, well, I tell you what, let's do baseball first, actually. Then we'll set up the weekend in terms of what's viewing other than football on Saturday and Sunday in terms of the NFL, game tonight in college football. Other than that, we'll talk basketball and what your viewing pleasure could be for this weekend and everything. So yesterday with Major League Baseball, Manfredi, the commissioner, came out. Manfredi. During the break, just behind the scenes stuff. During the break, I was watching one of those short clips of what's that Sylvester Stallone show that's out there. I was watching a clip on that. Tulsa King. And Manfredi is his name. So that's why I just said Manfredi. Yeah. So there you go, folks. That's what I do during my breaks. I watch clips of shows, apparently. But Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, he suggested, and didn't just suggest, he basically said in a radio interview that the league, with an expansion to 32 teams, would realign the American League and the National League. So you'll still have them. Dale alluded to it earlier that you'd get rid of them. But basically, you're going to go into geographic lines now, is what you would do. So, for instance, because that's a lot of travel, right? So right now, National League, for instance, you have the National League East, National League South. So you're going to Arizona's going to Florida, going to New York. You can switch that to where the National League would be all the teams on the West, for instance, right? And there's some caveats to that. Like I said, teams in geographical areas, he said he would still separate. But so that way the Diamondbacks would just be traveling mostly in the West and not have to go to the East Coast. Drive some of those costs down is kind of what the idea is behind this. Like, there's no reason, because the leagues are the same now. If the leagues were different, no, you don't separate them. But there's no reason you have to go play the NL East. There's just not. In New York and that stuff. There's just not. Should be able to stay out here in the West and save those trip times and stuff. The other thing that bothers me is it's not that hard to go to New York anymore, right? It's just a cost factor is what we're dealing with. So keep in mind, Rob Manfred is the guy that's changed baseball. It's a lot of it to the good, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't on the pitch clock. The pitch clock is an amazing thing. It speeds up the game. None of this sitting on the mound for 10 minutes between pitches and stuff to that effect. I do like what the pitch clock has done to the sport as well. The infield shift band, I love. You actually play baseball again instead of that ridiculousness out there. The Ghost Runner, I'm still not a fan of. I'm a fan of the Ghost Runner in regular season games just because in theory it gets you out of there early. But we're still seeing 12 and 13 inning games. So it's not getting you out that early. It's just not. But we don't need to see no 17, 18, 19 inning ball games anymore out there. So I can put up with the Ghost Runner in the regular season, right? It's just like hockey, right? Hockey goes to a shootout in the regular season just to end the games. NFL ends in a tie. You can end in a tie in the NFL just because you can't go 2, 3, 4 quarters in the regular season. Safety reasons, right? Tiredness reasons, etc. Injury reasons on that. So in the regular season, that's fine. Try to get the games done early, whatever. But Manfred's done all this stuff. Then this year, you're going to have the automatic, the ABS, the automatic ball. What is that called? The ABS, the automatic ball strike challenge system is what you're going to have going into this year. So he's fundamentally changed the game of baseball, Rob Manfred has, right?
So he's not afraid to take some swings, if you'll excuse the bad pun there. And realignment would be a huge thing. You're going to basically, and this is baseball, everybody's like, oh, well, the stats. They've already changed the game enough that the stats from Babe Ruth's era, the stats from the 80s to the stats today, the stats of the 90s to today, they just don't matter anymore. You can't compare them anymore. You just can't. The game's changed that much in the last 5-10 years already. And if you do a change like he's suggesting here, it's going to fundamentally change it to where it's not going to be baseball that we grew up with. It's not going to be baseball our parents grew up with. It's not going to be baseball that our grandparents watched and grew up with. It's going to be basically a brand new sport. It's like throw everything out. I mean, keep the records, but you're going to look at these records and go, those don't matter. That's a different era. This is the new era. And 100 years from now, they'll refer to this new era as, the old era as something else. Like we do now. We call it the modern era, right? Like in football, when they started throwing the ball forward. That's a different era than when they just ran the ball all the time. This is a big change if it goes through. And the game's already been fundamentally changed to where it's not. If you were in a coma for the last 30 years and you were a big baseball fan before you went in the coma and you woke up today, you wouldn't even recognize the game of baseball. That's where we're going with it. And Manfred's not afraid to make those changes as well. So like I said, you might not have the AL and NL. You might have an East and West, division or conference or something to that effect, By the way, the NBA, the NHL already use this system. You have the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference in the NHL. A lot of years, right? There's a lot of controversy because Detroit was in the Western Division. Well, they've since moved to the Eastern Division. So you have some of those quirks that have happened over the years in hockey. The NBA uses a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference. But then a team like Memphis is in the Western Conference. They should be in the Eastern Conference. So there's some teams that'll be on that edge. I have zero problems with an Eastern and Western Conference as long as you realize it's changing your sport. Period. End of story. Everything we've known about baseball in terms of records and things that they cherish out there, they're just going away. It ain't going to matter anymore. How many NL West Division championships you have ain't going to matter anymore. It's just not. It's not going to matter anymore. Because it's not going to exist anymore. So some of that is disappointing. But like I said, the sport's changed so much that Dale brought it up earlier. You're competing with the Dodgers. You're competing with the Mets right now. You're not competing with them. You're just existing around them. So it's already changed that much on top of it, right? From that side. So, yeah. So now that's when they expand to 2 more teams out there is when they do that. Is when he's talking about it. So it's not like it's going to happen the next year or so, right? As they get into that. And it's all based off of easier travel. And it's not even the cost for the owners, to be honest with you. It's the safety of the players, right? The comfort of the players is what he's referring to on that side. Travel burden, I think it would be the word you would use for them. So if you don't know, Major League Baseball, and Rob Manfred did say this in the radio report. I saw the clip of it there. And he said, they play 182 games, or 162 games, 162 games. And they travel, that 162 games, they do those games in 186 days. So that includes their days off, I think. So 20 days off, 23 days off for a season. And they start in April. Forget about spring training, but they start in April, and they go to the end of September, just regular season. They get 20 days off in that time frame, right? So they travel a lot, understandably so. So they want to make that travel less burdensome, is what he's thinking about. Will that help with injuries? That's kind of what they're thinking. Is that help with injuries? You guys know my opinion on this. What will help with injuries is you just get guys in playing shape. You just get them in playing shape. That's what spring training's for. You get them ready to play baseball, and the body's all hardened up. That'll avoid the injuries, but for some reason we don't do that anymore and everything like that, right? The National American League, it's been around since the founding, right? 125 years. You're talking about blowing that up with 2 more teams coming into this league as well. Like I said, There's no difference between the leagues now. I do miss the days. The designated hitter doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I don't care about it. But I like the idea of one league playing one way and another league playing the other way. It brings you some variety in the game. But now that they're both the same, who cares? It's the same thing. Why even have divisions? Why even have leagues at that point? But then also, you're going to get more viewership in theory on this. So like when the Mets come out here to Arizona, let's say they come out in the wintertime when it's a 3-hour time difference. Game starts at 6:40 our time. That's 9:40 in New York. You're not capitalizing on your biggest markets because how many people are staying up and watching the Mets or the Yankees play out here in Arizona or California when the Mets go to the Angels land? Who's staying up in New York and watching a game at 9:40 p.m.? People do it, but not at the levels you would if it was a middle of the day game. So you're actually hurting your ratings by doing this type of a system that they have now on top of it. That is a very good point if you're trying to capitalize on your ratings and get some more money from that side and stuff like that. So instead, you'll play a lot more games in the time frame or close to the time frame to where your teams are at. That'll be huge for the sport as well, right, as we go into that. So his vision, Manfred's vision is 8 divisions of 4 teams. And that's how you'll keep this separate. So like the Angels and Dodgers would be in separate divisions is what he wants to do. So the Mets and Yankees won't be in one division. The Dodgers, Angels won't be in one division. Well, I was going to say Oakland and San Francisco, but Oakland's moving to Las Vegas. So they won't be in the same division. So you can still keep them separate, which I think you need to do. I would not like Mets and Yankees being in the same division in the same city. That's pushing it a little too far in my eyes as well. So anyway, that's the idea of Manfred going into the expansion and what he's looking at least coming up for Major League Baseball. Really quick on the Diamondbacks. No, it's not going to happen reportedly until 2 more teams expand. So when you start seeing 2 expansion teams coming on the board, we kind of have to look at it at that point. The reason why he's floating it on a radio program, they put these things out all the time. Get the thoughts of people, get people like us talking about it and get our thoughts out there and kind of judge put the thumb to the wind. See how the public's thinking, in terms of those perspectives. 8 Diamondbacks yesterday, and if you want to talk local team here, 8 Diamondbacks yesterday. Well, they avoided arbitration with them out there. It's A.J. Puck, Ryan Thompson, both obviously pitchers there. Gabriel Moreno, Ryan Nelson, the other pitcher. Kevin Ginkel, so 4 pitchers total. Pavin Smith, their first baseman, obviously. Alec Thomas, and Jake McCarthy. Well, they all came to deals here. So they're salary arbitration eligible players. They're avoiding arbitration because they came to these deals. First of all, fantastic. Because anytime you go to arbitration, 1, you can hurt feelings of players. 2, you can end up paying a lot more. Better to come to a deal before you get to arbitration. Today was the deadline on getting to that number, and all 8 of them reached the agreements as well. So this is good that they signed them. 2, the numbers aren't ridiculous. AJ Puck's $3.1 million. Ryan Thompson's $3.95 million. He should be in your starting lineup coming up, but that's another story. Ryan Nelson, $3 million as well for him. I'm sorry, Ryan Nelson should be in the starting lineup, right? Not Ryan Thompson. Set him backwards. Kevin Ginkel, $2.725 million. But even then, Alec Thomas, Jake McCarthy, they're trying to trade at least one of these players, maybe 2 of them. Alec Thomas is $1.9 million, and then Jake McCarthy is $1.5 million. Gabriel Moreno, they're starting catcher, folks. I do think Del Castillo should get more playing time or be moved to first base. But Gabriel Moreno, $2.525 million for his arbitration number as well. So the Diamondbacks don't have to go through the arbitration process. The Diamondbacks don't have to worry about the argument and hurting feelings there. Because when you go into arbitration, you say all the negative things about the player and why you don't need to pay him that much and everything. It could lead to some bad blood and everything. So get that deal done early time. Diamondbacks are aggressive on that type of stuff, and I will give Hazen credit on that he does these types of moves and gets them out there, gets them at a good price, not an absorbent price, and he avoids the nonsense that could come on, when that stuff happens out there. So I will give Hazen credit for those types of moves as well. So really quick here, let's talk a little basketball. Set you up for the weekend as well. You got college football tonight, NFL football tomorrow, NFL football Sunday, NFL football Monday night. That's your weekend of viewing, right, that you're most interested in. Suns play twice this weekend as well, starting tonight. But first, throw up those Western Conference standings, if you will, here. Let's just set the stage on what the Suns are at here. It is January 9th of the year of 2026. Suns are in that 7th seed right now, 22-15. Look at that. The Houston Rockets, 22-12 for them in that 6th spot. Lakers, 23-12. Even the Timberwolves, 25-13. Nuggets, 25-12. San Antonio, 26-11. I'm not saying the Suns are going to go to a 4 seed with the remaining part of the season. I'm not going to say that at all. If the Suns stay like this, they get Jalen Green back. They get through the getting him back into the playing and the rotation and get the rotation set. I'm not saying they're going to get there, but Suns could be a 5 seed this year. Lakers aren't a huge threat. Houston Rockets not a huge threat. You play probably even with those guys. We've seen them play even with those guys. Suns could avoid the play-in game and get to that 6th spot here with Jalen Green coming back and how they're playing. So something to watch here. There's something to watch going forward on the Suns. I don't think the Warriors are going to go on a run. I don't think the Blazers or Memphis is going to go on a run for them. So Suns could be the 7th seed going to a play-in game at worst-case scenario. Maybe the Warriors go on a big run. I don't think they will, but that's the big threat there for the Suns. They're going to be a 7 or 8 seed. They're going to make the play-in game as long as everything keeps going the way it's going now. Can they get to that 6 seed? Yes. Can they get to that 5 seed? Possibly. This is fun, folks. It's fun. It's fun watching the Suns and all of that stuff. And tonight, the Knicks are in town. They're playing the Suns here tonight. 7 p.m. A tip-off up there at the Morgue in downtown Phoenix there as well. Knicks are a high-scoring team. Knicks are a favorite in the Eastern Conference. Knicks are a team everybody's talking about. Obviously, they're a New York team. So everybody's talking about them and paying attention to them as well. And the Knicks are going to be a tough out tonight if you want to beat them at that point. They're second in the Eastern Conference, 24-13. Brunson, as Dale said before he left, he dominates when he comes to the Phoenix area. So tonight's is going to be a battle for the Suns against the Knicks. Can they pull it out? Can they win it? We'll have to, obviously. Now, the Knicks are 24-13. It's not like they've won that many more games than the Suns. 22 wins for the Suns. The Western Conference is tougher than the Eastern Conference. The Knicks can beat them tonight. Don't get me wrong. The Knicks can beat them. The Suns can beat the Knicks tonight. It's going to be a fun, probably high-scoring basketball affair tonight down at the Morgue. Something you'll want to watch here coming up. Then on Sunday, the Suns have the Wizards, and Wizards are god-awful terrible. I was reading yesterday that they might not even play Trae Young. They just traded for Trae Young. They might not even play him very much the rest of the season. That's on Sunday for the Suns, 6 p.m. Down there in downtown Phoenix as well at the Morgue. So that's your Suns going into this weekend. They should go at least 1-1 this weekend and 2-0 if they can get past the Knicks tonight, which they can easily do. Not easily do. They can do tonight. It has to go their way and all of that stuff going into the game tonight for the Suns. In terms of college basketball this weekend, for you, those of you with fans of that, ASU men's, well, K-State comes to the bank down there, DFA Arena, Saturday, 1 p.m. for ASU men's basketball. Look, Bobby Hurley's in trouble. Starting the conference 0-2, and they've looked bad. They look bad against BYU. Now, BYU's the 9th-ranked team in the country. BYU has a heck of a true freshman on that team, making a ton of money. BYU's a good team, and ASU looked horrendous against them. Bobby Hurley, going into the conference, had high hopes. The way he played his non-conference schedule, starting 0-2 is not good. This is a huge game for Bobby Hurley's future at Arizona State. Saturday, 1 p.m., K-State's in town for them. ASU women's, still 16-1 on the season. 3-1 in the conference. Still winning. Not ranked yet, but still winning. They play Sunday. They're actually at TCU. TCU's 13th ranked on the women's side of things. Big test here for ASU and Molly Miller going to Texas here. Sunday, 3 p.m. is when they're playing this weekend as well. You're not going to win them all. You're going to lose some of them, but you're playing a ranked team. You want to be taken seriously with your 16-1 record there, ASU women? Go down there and beat TCU. Go down there and beat them. You'll start to be taken seriously when you do that type of stuff there as well. So that's Sunday at 3 p.m. U of A men's gets back underway on Saturday as well. There they go. They're actually at TCU as well, but they play Saturday at 2 p.m. Number 1 ranked Arizona going to TCU and playing this weekend. Then GCU in this Mountain West Conference. They got San Jose coming down here to Phoenix down there at the arena on, what is that, 22nd Avenue and Camelback or wherever GCU's had over there. Saturday, 6 p.m. is where GCU plays this weekend here in terms of local college basketball this weekend. So we set the weekend up for you tonight. Oregon, Indiana tonight. 2 games tomorrow in the NFL. 3 games on Sunday. 1 game Monday night. College basketball arena as well. Suns playing tonight and again on Sunday coming up here. It's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be sunny finally. The rain's moved out and we're going to warm up a little bit over the next couple of days. So everybody have a great weekend. Appreciate you joining us for this first full week back here at the jobs with the holidays finally being over. For Dale Hellestrade, you had to take off a little bit today. Don't forget, share. Bruce Cooper comes in on Tuesdays. Uncle Lou on Thursday as well. Share those episodes. YouTube page, there's interview sections or just those sections. Share it with your friends. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page. Catch us on demand here at Robat TV as well. And then, of course, the free podcast systems. That TME Sports Show is where you can find the podcast on your favorite podcast system. Like and subscribe to that so we get out there to people. Share them with your friends as well. We appreciate all of your support going into this 2026 year, and we'll keep doing what we do here to keep you entertained and everything moving forward. And McCollum on Business coming up at 11 o'clock. We'll wrap up this week well on that. If you can't watch us live here, that's okay. Catch us on demand at Robat TV, and, of course, also on the YouTube page as well for that. I've been working on the pit stop and getting that ready to go for this year as well for racing season. NASCAR's starting here in just like 3 weeks. IndyCar doesn't start until March here coming up. Big announcement on Monday for NASCAR as well. We'll be doing some stuff on that. Follow me on the socials there as well. The Pit Stop Talk. The Pit Stop Talk. You have to have the in the front of it. Join me there as well, and we'll talk about the big announcement. Playoff format is being changed this year. Announcement on Monday for that coming up. That'll be a big day there. 1:30 p.m. I think our time is when that announcement is going to happen from NASCAR. So follow me on at the Pit Stop Talk there as well. Pit Stop coming your way, of course. The Real Matrix is going to be out today as well. New episode. John Holmberg's a guest on this one as well. We'll put that up about noon here at Robat TV. The whole episode's at Robat TV on demand. We're going to split it into 2 parts moving forward on the YouTube page. And, of course, the podcast system's out there for you. And it's already split into 2 parts for the hour-long show as well there for you. Just search The Real Matrix on all your sites there. And, folks, appreciate you joining us this week and everything. Have a great weekend. Stay warm out there. Text us anytime, 623-252-6670 while you're listening to the show over the weekend. Anything happens, join me on Twitter, at TME Sports Show as well. We watch the games, we talk about the games, and we have some fun out there. My personal handle is SMAC500. I tend to do the local stuff on the main event page. I tend to do like breakdowns of national stuff more on my personal page. I'd split it up there, so give us a follow on both of those as well. And folks, we'll see you on Monday here on the main event. Come join me on McCollum on Business at 11. Have a great weekend, everybody.